Hi, welcome to Droptrim demo video, the only end-to-end website tracking tool on the market. Once you add the Droptrim website and Droptrim pixel code on your website, you'll start seeing all the data regarding your website. Let's start with the dashboard. In Dashboard, you will see how many visitors you have on your website, the session number, and page views. Here, you can see that in graph format also, so that you can filter according to date and see how much traffic you're getting. You can also export it. You have a visitor map where it shows all the visitors visiting from different countries. Then you have referrers showing the traffic source, the country, states, cities, zip codes. And if you're running a campaign, then all the UTM source, medium and campaign. So, you can filter according to that. For example, if you only want to see visitors from Google Ads or Facebook Ads or your email campaign, then you can do that. It also shows operating system, devices and browser from which your visitors visit. Let's go to the filter section. In the filter section, you can filter your traffic according to all these options. It has click, scroll, referral tags, web URL tags, visitor tags, browser, and UTM source. So I'll explain to you later in the video on how you can do it. To start with, what I like to do is make web URL tags and referral tags so that I can identify my traffic easily. Here, I'm doing a web URL tag, where I am tagging my homepage visitors as homepage. And then I'll be able to see the information clearly. Now, that is complete. Let's double check it. Then I again went to my dashboard, where I can see which traffic is very important for me. For example, if I think that I will be able to see the reference from Facebook, then it will be very easy for me to just make a referral tag. Name it Facebook, and then refer the hostname like this. Then simply click Create. Since I already have created this, so I'm not doing it currently. Let's go to real time. In real time, you'll see how many visitors visited you in the last 30 minutes, in the last minute, and what are the popular hours on your website, and which country, state, cities, and zip codes visited you. Here in the visitor section, you can see all the details of your visitors. For example, since I have already made the web URL tags and referrer tags, I can see the information from this page. For example, on the web URL homepage, I can just click the homepage and I can see what actions the user took on my homepage. I can see all the actions rather than directly going to the session. If I think this visitor is good, then I can tag this visitor as a hot lead, decent, etc. Here you can see all the details of the visitor, such as their IP address and other details. Again, you can filter to see the specific visitor. So, let's look at an example of filtering. Here, let's say that I want to see the visitor which comes from my email. So I sent an email and I want to see that when someone clicks on that email, what that visitor did on my website. So here I go to the visitor filter, and then the UTM medium, and write email, then click submit. Here, you can filter your visitors accordingly and analyze it. In the Anonymous Leads tab, I can see all the information regarding any company who visited my website. For example, I can see that this company visited my website, and then I can reach out to them. I can inform them that I've seen they have visited my website, and I can ask them if they are interested in what I'm offering. You can go to Place Information, and then you can click here. View larger maps, and then you can see the exact location of the person who visited you. So, since we are getting the data from 2 databases, what we do is we get the company name, and then we try to match the company name with their website. Sometimes, if it doesn't match correctly, then you can click on Get Place Info, and you get the Google Maps info. When you click View Larger Map, then you can see the exact location where someone visited from. In the VPN and Proxy tab, you see if someone visited from a VPN. So here you can create your heat map. For example, I made a heat map of the home page, and then I can analyze the user behavior based on the heat map. I can also download the heat map, and also I can share it with other people. It will work even if the other person is not logged into Droptrim. Similarly, we show mouse and scroll heat maps. This is good for someone who wants to do a conversion rate optimization. Again, you can download and share the heat map to your clients, your freelancer, or your optimization expert person. This is conversion tracking, where basically you can create a funnel. For example, I want to see how many people visited my homepage and how many went to another page. Then you can add and edit. Here, basically, you can have it as a homepage or custom event. For a custom event, if you want to track buttons, then you have to seek help from a developer who can set the custom event like this. Just put the JavaScript code on the button, and then we are able to track it. It can be your homepage, for example, if you want to see how many people went to your homepage, and then how many people went to the checkout page. In funnel conversion, you can see lost users, conversion, and drop-off rate. In the replay section, you can see the replays of your visitors thoroughly. For example, if I want to see what this visitor does on my website, I can play the visitor replay and then I can check what they did. If I want to share it, again I can share it with my client, which can work without any login to the site. In the Form Analytics section of Droptrim, it automatically tracks the forms on your website and shows you the field engagements and if there is any form field that needs to be corrected. There can be a prospective problem. For example, here on the home page, we have this page, and then we can see how many total visitors visited from that form and how many visitors interacted. What's the field engagement and average time span? Once selecting the option, you can see all details, for example, total fields on page 9, total visited, total visitors who interacted with the form, and total visitors completed all fields in the form. So here you have the engagement rate, the average fill rate, the average time the user spent on that page, the abandonment rate, and the most used path before they visited form page, so all this data can help you optimize your forms. In the block criteria, you can block any IP addresses from visiting your website. For example, if you're running an e-commerce store, and if you only want to see or allow visitors from the USA because you only ship within the USA, then basically you can block all other countries and only allow visitors from the USA to visit your website. Here, you can block VPN, proxies, or risk users automatically. For example, if you're running Google Ads and you want to block all visitors from using VPN because that can lead to bad clicks or bot clicks. So basically, you can block the visitors of your choice based on their location, proxy, VPN, risk users, etc. In the Error Logging tab, you can see all the visitors who face JavaScript errors. For example, this is the JavaScript error log that you can show to your developer, and they can see if it's really an error or just a script that is doing that because sometimes the website is causing an error. It doesn't hold true if a visitor visits your website, so it will not show on the front end, but the developer can just see the errors and even watch replays to actually see how they are caused to the website visitor. So that's the first step you do. You can add a website and basically you can get a tracking code, which you need to put on your website header, and then if you want to exclude your own IP, you can exclude your own IP here, so that Droptrim doesn't track your IP address as a visitor. Web URL tags and referral tags are basically to make things easier. So here, as I said, basically you can click on the tag and then already see what your visitor did on your website. In Drop-Up-Vote, basically you can choose your website and once you've added it, you can go to Settings, and according to your website branding, you can adjust it. You can change your text to collect feedback. Here you can see all the feedback that you received. You can also add a feature. For example, if you would like to allow your visitor to upvote or downvote on a feature, then you can do it here. You can add your features, and once they're added, you can see how many people can upvote or downvote that feature, so that you can plan your product accordingly. Once you have done this, then next you go to Setup, and then you copy this code onto your website header, and then you're all set, ready to use Drop-Up-Vote on your website. Thanks for checking out Droptrim. Untap the true potential of your website visitors, uncover lost opportunities, and increase ROI.